So here is the chair in all its glory right here, the HOFFREE Gaming RGB Chair with Bluetooth and a vibrating function. Now you see this piece right here. This is where the vibrating function is, which there is a USB connected to it, so I have a separate section for that. This is just a piece for your neck or the back of your neck. If you're too short, it's a headstand. If you're taller, it's a neck stand, so keep that in mind. And of course, it is connected through a connector in the back of this. Which, as a matter of fact, let me just spin that around and show you guys real fast. And you can always take this off if you don't want it. In addition, the actual piece right here, the massager, it actually connects from underneath the bottom of the chair right here, as you can see, and it straps through here so you can hold it in place. And also, that makes it completely adjustable if you decide to slide it up or slide it down. You have the option to do so, which is really, really cool. In addition to that, we have a footrest, or more so it's a leg rest and not a footrest. It's the first time me seeing one, so just give me a second, pull it out. Bam, right here. And if you flip this, there you go. Once you sit in the chair, it's actually super, super comfortable. Now, with that being said, this is, how do I say this? This is actually my favorite chair that I have. I do have other gaming chairs inside of my home, but they're not as high end as this one. And the funny part is I was actually in the market looking for a chair, and we just happened to receive an email one day like, hey, you want to check out a gaming chair? And we're like, well, hell yeah, of course I want to check out a gaming chair. And, you know, they sent it to me, told me to review the product, see how it is. And I got to be honest with you, I'm a fan of this company. And I can honestly say that I really like this chair. The Bluetooth speakers sound wonderful, by the way. When I play games like Ender Lilies, you can really get enveloped in it. And it's just an awesome experience in general. But anyway, with that being said, I've been glazing this chair enough. Let's go on to the next section. Just for anyone that's wondering, I do have a separate video for the full installation of this product. So keep in mind that it's going to be posted at the same time this video is released, 2 videos. And I do have timestamps for this one if you want to see how certain functions like the quality of sound is or the vibration function is. And, you know, we'll just talk about all that stuff in this video. Now, with that being said, let's get into it and not waste any time. Let's go. So let's talk about some of the functionality of this chair right here. And in case you're wondering, it does actually come with a remote. Make sure you don't lose this, because this is how you change all the colors of the RGB lights on the chair itself. Keep that in mind. Now, the vibration function has its own little feature, and I'll have a section for that too in the timestamps. Now, with that being said, we're going to hit the power button. This is the lighting sequence. Now, you do have the option to change it from solid colors if you want to, right here. You know, just change it however you want to change it. You have the option for making it brighter or lighter. Right now, I'm going to make it a little bit lighter, as you can see. And right here, I'm going to make it brighter. And naturally, I'm going to keep it on its brightest because I actually like how it looks while it's bright. You also have the option for auto, so you have the actual sequence of lights right here. You're going to tap these different themes that you can see, different ways to do it. Apparently, there's over 380 actual functions of the lights itself. But really, it's up to you as a consumer to find the one that you want. I already know what my favorite one is. It's the one where it's like rainbow colors going through the chair. And again, you have the option to just change it however really suits you as a creator right here. And I think this is pretty cool. So for the most part, all you got to do is just play around with the remote, figure out the sequence that you like, keep it this way, and then you should have no problems moving forward. But also just kind of keep in mind that when you plug up the actual headset itself, so the headset, I'm so used to doing headphone reviews. When you plug up the actual chair itself, it will automatically put itself in pairing mode. So make sure that it is paired to the proper device before moving forward. So with that being said, let's move on to the next section. I'm going to show you guys how the vibrating function works. So this is where we talk about the vibrating function of the chair. Now, just in case you're wondering, this is USB-A, as you can see. So you can plug it into a wall. You have the option to plug it into a computer. I personally have it plugged into my computer because I have so many extra USBs on mine that, you know, I don't mind plugging it into it. But this is optional. You do not have to keep this on if you don't want to. But for review purposes, and naturally, I actually use this because it's good for my back. This is a vibrating function. So let me just plug it in real fast, and I'll show you how it works. So right here, you have a physical button right here. If you press it in, it starts vibrating. Press it again, it stops. Now, the vibration sounds really loud, and it actually is very strong. There is no adjustable, you can't really adjust the intensity level of the vibration, which might be a bummer for some people. But for me, I don't feel like it's super strong anyway. It's actually just well enough where it's pretty good for the most part. So I'm going to go ahead and press this. And when you press your back against the chair right here, hopefully the camera's seeing that, the sound goes away. So, you know, if you're recording, if you're playing a game, if you're on a chat, if you're just sitting in a chair relaxing, you're not going to hear all that rumbling from the chair itself. You do hear a rumble, obviously. It's like a hum. And of course, if you kind of sit forward and let yourself go, you're going to feel it right here. Also, this is in fact adjustable. So if you decide to place it up here like so, you can actually get a different part of your back will get vibrated. And I got to tell you, it feels really, really good. I work in the office, so when I come home and I play the game, Resident Evil 4 Remake, whatever it is, I like the fact that this is right here in a sore spot of my back. And I can just sit down for 15, 20 minutes, however long. It's not a timer on it. It'll stay on until you physically press this button right here, and then it'll automatically turn itself off. If you press it again, it will turn on. So just keep that in mind. There is no timer. Safety first, obviously. I wouldn't fall asleep with the vibration on, but it's a really cool feature. Now, for the person out there that doesn't want this feature, or they don't want this padding down here because it might make them feel a little awkward in a chair, there are connectors on the back of it, the way I did this, and you can actually snap these off right here, and you can take the vibration function off completely, tuck it away safely if you don't want to use it, and when you are ready to use it, you can always hook it back up. But I'm not taking anything off. I'm going to leave this on here at all times because I like the way it looks, I like the way it feels, and it does my body justice. So with that being said, let's go on to the next section. So guys, so for this part of the video, I'm going to show you how to actually sync this device. You may notice that the tablet's on a corner because there's a lot of glare going on inside the room right now, so keep that in mind. Now, there's two USBs that connect to this. One is going to be the actual massager part of the chair. The other one is going to be the lights, including the Bluetooth. Both of them are connected by the same connection. Now, I'm going to just tilt my head a little bit. I'm going to plug this into the USB so you guys can see it light up.
Bluetooth mode.
Automatically, it's going to go to Bluetooth mode the moment you power on the chair itself. Now, in order to sync it, all you have to do is basically go to the settings. I'm going to hit scan right here, and what's going to pop up is HUABOX, H-U-A-B-O-X. It literally takes a second for the chair to be put in Bluetooth mode, and it might take your device, depending on how new or how old it is, to search it, but it's pretty straightforward. Tap HUABOX right here. It's going to pop up at the bottom, pair. Now, connected, you heard it say it, so it's automatically connected right now. So for you Apple users, if you tap it, it's going to automatically connect. For PC users, I don't think it asks you to actually pair. You just click it and it automatically pairs itself. I believe that's how it is. But for Android users, it might just give you one extra step, which is, do you want to pair? You press yes. Now, I do want to say this real fast before we go into another aspect of this video. Some people might have an issue where they connect this chair to a device and then you forget that it's connected to another device and you want it synced to something else. In that regard, there is no physical button to automatically put this in pairing mode and delete any other devices. So make sure you remember what you connect this to. So for me, it's connected to a tablet right now. When I'm done with this, obviously it's going to be connected to my Steam Deck. Primarily, I have to delete it out of the tablet, reconnect this to the computer. It's going to automatically put itself back into pairing mode, and then I'm going to sync it to my Steam Deck, where it's going to stay synced to the Steam Deck moving forward. That's what I use this chair primarily for when I'm just relaxing. That's just me. If you want to connect it to a TV or something else, you do have the option to do so, but just make sure that you test it with other devices to see how compatible it is, because, you know, it does connect to everything so far. Bluetooth, Nintendo Switches, my PC when I had a dongle, my laptop, you know, it connected to everything. But TVs and stuff could be a little bit more tricky, so just kind of keep that in mind, test it out. And I'm telling you, once it's connected, you're going to have a fantastic experience when it comes to listening to things for this, because it's super, super clear, by the way. But we'll go over that in a second. As a matter of fact, let's go over that right now. So as you guys can see, one of the greatest games of all time is currently playing, Skyrim. And of course my Skyrim has some mods on it, so kind of keep that in mind, so don't be too surprised, but it is a Steam Deck, it only can handle so much. So what I decided to do was kind of redo Whiterun for anyone that knows about Skyrim. And you can hear the blacksmith in the background, you can see my character right here, hear all the noises going on.
What are you doing that for?
See? It actually keeps up with all the noises happening around it, which means that the chair doesn't really have any lag latency whatsoever. Like, I haven't heard it actually skip anything so far, which is a really good thing. So games like Call of Duty Mobile so far, Resident Evil 4 Remake, of course, the Dead Space Remake. I played just quite a few different high intensive titles that may have a hiccup here and there, but the chair, it held on strong. I didn't have any problems whatsoever with the way that the chair basically navigated and works to this day. And it's been great. It's been about, I would say, a couple weeks since I've been trying this, and instead of using my computer speakers, I've just been using the chair. And that's pretty much what you see in the background right here with the speakers on the back of this chair. And I think this is a pretty good sound profile right here. So for the people out there that like games like Skyrim, Fallout, and things like that, you shouldn't have any hiccups. So let me try to actually attack a character. I'm not going to save this game, of course. Here we go. Here we are. Yep, sounds great. Let me get out of here before I get killed. Get out of Whiterun. I shouldn't have did that, but it is what it is. But anyway, the point is that the chair works very, very well if you're doing magic, loud sound effects, people yelling, people screaming, footsteps, believe it or not, actually come out very clear on this chair. Obviously, it doesn't have a subwoofer, but for what it does, I think it's really, really good. The only concerning aspect about it, if I'm being honest here, is probably just the bass. I feel like the bass is about a 5 to 6 out of 10 total, so you're not going to get crazy deep rumble in the bass. But when it comes to the vocals, the instruments, everything meshing as an overall, I think that you're going to have a very great experience with this particular model chair. And I like it. You're not going to hear any complaints out of me, but you know, for the people out there wondering, no, does it beat a subwoofer? Absolutely not. But if you have your back to the chair like so, and you're playing your handheld or watching a TV show, listening to a podcast, whatever it is, you'll feel the sound coming directly behind you from the headset of the speakers that's on the back of the chair. And again, it sounds pretty good. I don't think that anyone is going to compare this to any wireless speaker that you currently own, because it is a chair and it does very well. It holds out very, very well. And the best part is that you don't have to worry about battery life, because remember, it's plugged into your power source, which is either a wall or basically, in my case, a PC. So, you know, you're good to go. So with that being said, I guess you can say this is the sound sample, and anyone that buys this, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised on how good it actually is. So all in all, I happen to think that this is a really, really good chair. And to be honest with you, it's super comfortable, it feels good, it smells good, the lights are awesome, the Bluetooth volume is pretty good. I don't have anything negative to say about the chair, to be completely honest with you. Now, again, for the person out there looking for something that's affordable, you got to understand that when you reach the realm of computer chairs, these type of chairs right here, they cost a lot of money. Some chairs might cost you $400, $500, $600, $700. Some might be $100, $200, $300. It really depends on the level that you're going. And for me, I just want something that looks nice. This looks nice. It feels good against the skin. No, not the skin, but you know what I mean, on my back. I find it to be very comfortable. I do use the Bluetooth function when I play the game with my wife most of the time, 7 Days to Die and stuff like that. And it just, overall, most importantly, I love the lights. Because I used to have a little back piece that went onto the back of my old chair that lit up. Now I don't need that because I have something like this. And yeah, I really don't have anything else to say outside of that. So anyway, for anyone wondering, link will be in the description for anyone that wants to know more about the chair. I'm sure there's probably going to be other reviewers also. So take a look at their reviews, see how they feel about it. But so far, I like it. As an average, regular consumer, I don't have any complaints. And hopefully you guys won't after purchasing the chair. Also, I do want to say that there is a separate video in the description where I go through the entire process of actually putting the chair together. It is fast forward on certain parts, but you can slow it down if you want to see each screw get put in. But it's a full-blown tutorial, so you shouldn't have any problems putting it together. Anyway, like and subscribe like always, guys. And I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.